My name is Branch, and I'm a troll. Why do I live in a heavily fortified survival bunker? Because right outside my door lurks a nightmare. Named Poppy.
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Poppy is the leader of the trolls, and it's not her fault she's so insanely happy. She just never faced a real problem. Until now.
Cupcake?
Kendall Cronkite, who's our production designer, she came up with the idea that everything was going to be felted and handcrafted. So we actually have a felt model of some of these kind of troll-looking pieces up on the 3rd floor where the creative hub exists. So you can go up and you're not allowed to touch it, but you can look at it and you can get really close to it. And it's really cool because just seeing these shapes that are made out of this fuzzy cloth is, it's really, really exciting. And I mean, CG animation can do anything. And the more we move away from reality, honestly, the happier I get as an animator. Like, I like worlds that are different. Like, if I want to see the real world, I'll go out and look outside. And, you know, Burbank is right there. But I think what we created was something that's really, really special and unique.
What's your plan?
To rescue everyone and make it home safely.
We did it!
So you're going to scrapbook them to freedom.
Solid burn, Branch.
So with Poppy is really fun. She's very optimistic. She is the princess of the troll clan. She leads all the parties. She's the best scrapbooker. She's the best dancer. I think when we were imagining her, some of the early artwork, we had her like over the top, like really crazy happy. And it was just like, gah, you know, like really, really big. And during our kind of journey with her, we pulled back on that a little bit to try to make her more relatable, because we didn't want her to be so like in your face and so over the top that you were just like, I want to be in the next room. I don't want to be next to this girl. So we didn't want to do that. And then I think we went maybe a little too far with like softening her edges, and then we brought back some of that quirkiness. So I guess that's what I love the most about her, is she's positive, but she's not unrealistic. Like she gets the world, she understands it, but she's really looking at it from a positive point of view and a positive perspective, knowing that she can influence what's happening around her in a good way.
Fist bump.
Whoop, gear shift. That's right.
Branch was super fun to animate because he's the opposite of all the trolls, right? As we learn in the movie, and I'll try not to give anything away, but something happened to him in his youth that caused him to kind of withdraw from the group and realize that life wasn't all cupcakes and rainbows. So he spends most of his time in kind of this like mode where he's just kind of irritated by everything that's happening around him. And he still longs for the connection with the society and with the other trolls, but he kind of can't let himself do it. So he builds up this nice little wall around himself, which is, I think, visible to anybody who looks at him, because he's grayed his colors down, his hair is short, he's the opposite of almost every other troll that you meet. He's still funny, he's still sarcastic, you know, he's still a thinking creature, but he's really walled off his emotions. And I think during the movie, with Poppy by his side, she helps him see that he can actually break through and he can reconnect. And he doesn't have to give up any of the things that he has, but he can still, you know, find that happy place with the rest of the community.
Love it.
I think you look fat.
What?
pH fat, then strike that pose.
pH fat. Ew.
For the Burgans, we didn't want them to have that as much of that handmade feel as the trolls do, and the Bergen town environment is very different than the forest. And of course, when Poppy goes on her journey, we go through many, many different environments, which are super crazy. But once we land in Bergen town, we kind of end in this sort of pseudo-70s themed kind of medieval castle suburban town. And like you see, there's lots of things that look like a fairy book, like the castle, although it doesn't look like a regular castle, it looks different. But everything is really chunky. Everything is like those beautiful avocado greens and browns, all those really great 70s colors that I had in my kitchen when I was a little kid. So we kind of built that into their world. And we didn't want it to be totally off-putting either, though. Like, it couldn't look like a post-apocalyptic, you know, meltdown society that's just all gone to heck in a really bad way. It was just misguided.